So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up to date with like the latest One Punch Man season 3 news, but the most recent news we've gotten in the last couple of days has been nothing but great, honestly. Like pretty much everything has been good. Not only did we get some pretty good new stuff from the Maji Music Festival they had to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the One Punch Man anime, but we also got the revelation of a pretty high profile animator that's been confirmed to have been working on season 3 this entire time. Now, for those of you that weren't familiar with the Maji Music Festival, again, it was just a celebration of the anime's 10th anniversary. They were going to have live performances of the openings and the endings from past seasons, along with the new opening and ending for this upcoming season, and some live readings from some of the voice actors from, various characters like Saitama, Genos, King, I think, was there as well. And also finally get the full reveal of the full commercial video, I think they call it, or promotional video. No, it's not a trailer, but we do actually get some like animated scenes shown, because there was a part where they actually live voice acted one of the scenes from the series. And some of my favorite new bits of content from the music festival that was revealed are some of the themes to the characters that are going to be in season 3. Like, for example, Zombie Man has a pretty awesome theme. It's like very like metal, heavy guitar riffs, sounds super cool, and it's making me very, very excited for his shining moment in season 3. His fights was definitely one of my favorite of the entire arc. Like I said, we also got the full version of like the commercial trailer that they're going to be pushing for the promotion of the season. And the one thing that I really want to get across to you guys that's actually pretty dang exciting is that if you guys remember like way early on, like over a year ago now, when they put out like the very first promotional video for season 3 where it's Garo fighting Bug God and Royal Ripper, those two monsters, many people had said that it was an individually animated scene that was going to be completely separate from the actual season. Like what we saw in that promotional video was not going to be in the actual season. But as we're going to see in this commercial video, a snippet from that video is used. So that really leads us to believe that that scene is actually going to be in the season, and they've been working on the anime for longer than we might have anticipated. So let's take a look at it right here. I'm not going to turn on any sound just in case I get hit with any like copyright issues. So something that we've already seen before, but one thing that you can probably notice if you compare both of them side to side is that the composition and the additional detail to some scenes is way better than the original promotional video. I mean, you can already see some brand new stuff that you haven't seen before, but specifically, like for example, with this scene right about here, if you guys compare it with the original version of this, like the background has no lighting in it. The composition and just general filtering for the scene is completely different. This looks much more cleaned up and much more polished, which on one hand can tell you like, hey, like they're still working on the anime as we speak, and that could, maybe leave you to be a little bit worried as to where like the production is right now when we're so close to the release date. But at the same time, honestly, I'm just very happy that we're getting even more improved shots of the anime to make it look better and better. Like I feel like since that really crappy promotional video that we got some months ago, things have definitely looked better and better, like incrementally. So I'm very happy about that. Also on top of that, like we have like the one action scene of the entire like video, if you can even call it an action scene right here, where we have Saitama punching away Garo, which, is pretty funny. It's pretty good. And another thing I want to point out is that there's been some misunderstanding with the community, and myself included. I remember when we first got like an actual release date, like an official date for the season 3 release, it was said to come out on October 5th. But then we got some word from, I'm not really sure what sources, but apparently that first episode that was going to come out on the 5th was actually a recap episode of season 2, and like the real beginning of season 3 was going to be on the 12th. But now I'm getting a lot of like conflicting conversation that I've seen that actually there's going to be a recap episode on the 5th, like, we originally thought, but the actual first episode will also air on that same date. So don't take my full word for it. Again, I'm still trying to like gather information here that's as reliable as possible, but there is a possibility that October 5th will feature the actual first episode of the season. But I mean, look, we've been waiting for like 6 years now for season 3, so like what's an extra 7 days if it does end up being the 12th, right? The reason this even has come up recently is because apparently at Comic-Con, I guess they're going to be screening the first episode of season 3 on October 12th, which I mean would make sense if it was like the actual release date for the first episode, but some people are saying that this is actually going to be like a week after the first episode airs. So that's where this confusion has been coming from. If you guys have some more reliable information that can tell us like an actual specific date for the actual first episode of season 3, let us know in the comments below, make us all a little bit smarter. But the last bit of news I want to talk about is something that I'm very, very excited for. 4, we got the revelation that a very high profile animator has been confirmed to have been working on season 3 this whole time. The name of the animator is Takashi Hashimoto, and it's interesting because I actually heard of a rumor of Takashi working with JC Staff on season 3 like almost a year ago, so it can give us some pretty good confidence that this season has been worked on for a while now. Season 2 was infamously done in 6 months apparently, which is, what led to a lot of like the rush scenes, bad drawing, really bad compositing and sound design, things like that. But it really seems like with the original teaser trailer that came out some time ago now being like apparently confirmed to actually be a scene from season 3, and the rumor that Takashi was working with JC Staff all that time ago, like it gives me some good confidence that they've been working on it for a while, and this season is not going to be nearly as rushed as the other one was. Now, like I said, I wasn't super familiar with Takashi's work. Like I knew that he worked on a specific scene from JJK, like the scene where Gojo used Hollow Purple, and also some stuff with Evangelion, but like I wasn't really familiar with the totality of his work. But thankfully somebody in the comments linked a video on YouTube that shows us some of his work that we can kind of take a look at. I'm gonna turn the sound down again for copyright issues, but as you're gonna see in this, he definitely like heavily specializes in like very intricate and like beautiful explosion animations and explosion action shots. I've seen that he also has some directing chops as well, and explosions isn't the only thing that he does. He's also just a very skilled animator overall, but as you can see, a lot of the stuff that he does is related to very intricate and beautiful looking like explosion scenes. And if you're someone that's read the manga already for everything that's going to happen in season 3, you know that there's a ton of explosions that are coming in this season. So to see someone that's very experienced, he's had apparently like over 40 years of experience in the anime industry, and someone as skilled and talented as him working with JC Staff, it gives me a very high level of confidence that the explosion scenes and a lot of the fight scenes in the season are going to look very crisp. Also, if some of you guys want to check out some of the stuff that he's actually worked on and to what capacity, like key animation or script writing, and I think he has some directing chops as well, you can check this list right here. It's also in the same comment section that gives you a breakdown of all the stuff that he's worked on. I mean, he's been doing this for 40 years, so he has a lot of stuff to his name. But just to highlight like the night and day difference visually that's already being shown for this season, like if you guys look at these two Machine God comparisons, this is G4 and this is G5. G4 from season 2, of course, and G5 from this recent promotional video. Here, of course, we get this like infamous, ugly, metallic compositing, but right here it looks very clean, very like actually hand-drawn and very polished. Same thing with Genos. Like we have these like thicker lines, better coloring, better filtering overall versus this one, which again has that like super ugly metallic compositing. I also really love like the compositing and lighting that they're going to be using for a lot of like the nighttime or underground scenes. As you see right here with like Garo, again, it's a much more polished version than the previous one, but also in this image in the bottom right with Hellfire, Flame, and Gale Wind, it also looks very clean and crisp, like almost like a Mappa production, honestly. Like I don't want to hype this up too much, honestly, because there's still a lot of skepticism to be had, but this is looking very promising. And again, here's like another comparison of the first promotional video that has the same shots and the second version. So as you can see here on the right, this is the original version, much less like color and brightness to it. This one looks much better on the left. So again, it's very clear that they're still working on season 3 as we speak and doing all those things like compositing and lighting. But fingers crossed, since we're only a few weeks away from the season premiere, hopefully a majority of like the action scenes and like the big scenes are already animated and close to finished, so we don't end up getting some kind of rushed product again. So that's just a quick update of some of the great news we've gotten in the last couple days pertaining to season 3. It's left me very excited and very optimistic for the season. I hope that this gives you like your daily injection of copium for season 3. I know that there's a lot of pessimism out there for it, and for good reason, because JC Staff hasn't really earned our trust yet as someone that's competent enough to handle season 3. But from the amazing transparency of Shinpei Nagai, the director for the season, and also like all these great updates that we've gotten, minus a trailer of course, things are looking pretty good. But yeah, just wanted to give you guys that update. That's it for this one. Have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.